Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Jack YGO here today, coming at you with Feature Match Fridays. So, let's see. I'm on the right with the World Championship qualifier mat. I'm piloting DDD, of course, and my small buddy Nick, tiny muscle arms buddy, is playing INVOKED DOGMATIKA SHADDOLL. So yeah, definitely a good deck choice this format. I'm gonna roll a 4 here, and I'm not sure what he rolled, but yeah, I do remember he took first. Yeah, I do remember he took first, so he won the die roll. I mean, it's pretty easy to beat the 4, so yeah, he won die roll. He's gonna go first. He's gonna drop the Nadir Servant. I'm gonna be thinking on the Nadir Servant here. I'm gonna have to double check the wording on it because it's been like a little bit since someone's played Nadir Servant against me. I do know the card fairly well, but I just want to make sure on some of the wording. So yeah, I do have to respond to this regardless though, so I'm gonna meet that with an Ash Blossom here. He's got the crossout designator, so yeah, he's just gonna go full throttle here. I'm gonna have to deal with a Winda, probably Imperm, all that kind of cool stuff. So yeah, not looking forward to that. I'm gonna have 5 cards in my hand on top of that. So yeah, he's gonna go ahead. He's gonna send a Shaddoll Construct, I believe. Yeah, he's sending a Shaddoll Construct. Not sure if he's choosing to use the effect there. But that's okay. I think he's just fueling his graveyard for light here. I'm not really quite sure, but he's gonna add off of off of the Ecclesia that he added off of Nadir's. He's gonna add the Maximus, and Maximus is gonna go ahead and use the effect, send Titaniclad and the Apolone. It's gonna force me to send 2 cards. I'm gonna send the 2 cards I know I'm not gonna be going into, which is for sure Hot Red Dragon, Arcane King Calamities. And the other card that's for sure, I just took this back, it was Shen Shen. Shen Shen's cut from my main deck for now. I literally don't go into it anymore. So Shen Shen is going to hit the graveyard, excuse me. And yeah, he is going to think here. So he is going to be able to... he's going to have access to Shaddoll, sorry, I forgot the name, Shaddoll Schism, which is obviously a pain in the butt, but and he's got his graveyard fueled for Schism. I really don't want to deal with the Shaddoll Schism, but I have to. Our deck does have a pretty good way to out it. As long as you don't have Alistair, you can swing over with your Genghis, because that's your first summon. So yeah, he's gonna go to end phase, and he's gonna grab that Ecclesia for his follow-up. And I'm gonna go ahead and start out turn here. So I'm gonna cut his deck. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a draw for turn. So here I'm thinking, I do have full combo in my hand, and I'm gonna bait him with the Kepler. Actually, I believe I'm like I do have combo in my hand, but I'm just gonna bait him with a Kepler here. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab the fusion spell here. Yeah, I believe he's just thinking he's gonna let that resolve. Gonna add the fusion spell, and oh my god. So this is what really hurt me. He was main decking Droll, which I did not expect at all, which is really making me wonder why I didn't just go for the Ragnarok here, because it is a habit to just kind of bait with DDD, and then drop a contract with the gate, because I really need the Ragnarok in my hand that I need to search off of the gate, so I could summon a big Genghis and swing over his window. So unfortunately I don't have that. This is making me think I should probably be playing D-Arc, just because D-Arc is an easy access for my deck. To be able to just go like Swirl plus Lamia, that might be a good option in this format if you were going to be playing this deck. The Shaddoll deck. So like if one is in the format, it might be a good idea to do so. So I'm not relying on a level 5 or higher DDD, a DDD monster in my hand. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead, swing at his Fleur or his Ecclesia for 500. There's really nothing I can do. I know that his follow-up's gonna be kind of nuts, and I'm gonna have a problem dealing with it. He's gonna drop Meltdown, I'm gonna scoop. At that point, I know I'm dead. So yeah, gonna go to game 2 here. So that is I am 0 for 1 here. So let's see. I'm obviously gonna be taking first here. Whew, sorry guys, I'm tired. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I'm gonna draw all my 5 cards, and I'm gonna take first. So yeah, I'm gonna start off with Dark Contour with the Gate. He's gonna meet that with an Ash Blossom, and I'm gonna think. So I'm gonna spoiler alert here. I have a Call By and a Crossout Designator in my hand. The smart thing to do is what I'm about to do is drop a Call By first, because in that case I can save a Crossout Designator for something more impactful like an Imperm or possibly a Nibiru, because this is game 2. So I am going to start off with the Call By, and he's going to meet that right away with a Lancia, which is now making me go like, oh my god, like this really sucks, because now I can't, my Call By doesn't resolve and I don't get my search, and I am short a piece. So I do have a Swirl Slime in my hand right now, or a Lamia, I can't remember, one or the other, but I do have to pass because I have no pieces to combo off with here. Yeah, so I do have a Swirl Slime and yeah, I do have a Droll in hand. So if I was able to search a Lamia, so yeah, I'm gonna draw him on the Alistair search. If I was able to search out the Lamia with I would have been able to fusion summon into a Genghis and then climb into a Hulk, going for a Chaos Ruler, and then dig for a Necro Slime and combo off from there and lock him out of the playing Yu-Gi-Oh pretty much. So unfortunately that kind of sucks, but that's okay. Invocation, he's going to summon his Macabre. He is under Droll, so I'm not too concerned, but he does have a fairly good open here. You guys are going to see Crossout actually really putting in work for me. Just because earlier, if I did use the Crossout first, which wasn't the correct move, it would have actually benefited me pretty well, but it does come back and really help me in conserving that card, and you'll see that in a sec. So he's gonna special the Fleur. I'm gonna take 5,500, so I'm gonna be at 2,500 life points. And I'm gonna draw for turn. I'll be at 1,500 life here. He's got a spell trap card activation or a monster effect activation here. So I'm activating a Jack in the hand, and he knows that wasn't in my hand previously. So he knows the other card probably isn't much of a threat. So he's actually just going to go ahead and negate that with Macabre. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to resolve the Dark Contour with the Gate, and I'm going to grab the Swirl Slime. So now I have Swirl and Lamia in my hand. Swirl is going to activate using the Lamia, fusion summon into a Genghis here, and yeah, Nick's got one face down here. I'm going to use the Lamia to send the Gate here. I'm going all horses forward. He's going to drop an Imperm here, which is pretty big, but I meet it with a Crossout. So I have an Imperm for that Crossout, and that is going to allow me to keep comboing, because if I did not have that Crossout, this game was an easy 2-0 for Nick. I was not playing that game for sure. So yeah, Crossout really saved me right there, and now I'm just basically hoping I'm just basically trying to get into a Chaos Ruler here, and I'm just hoping for the best. That's why Chaos Ruler is really key in this deck, is because if you don't always have access to your stuff, Chaos Ruler will just dig you 5 cards and just grab you a Necro Slime, stuff you like, slimes you need in the grave, and another normal summon, stuff like that. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna special summon the Ghost here, and I'm gonna go right for that Chaos Ruler. So summon Chaos Ruler here. Chaos Ruler is gonna go Chain Link 1, then Chain Link 2 is gonna be the Ghost, sending another copy of the Swirl Slime. This will be able to thin my deck out, and then I'll be able to also chain block the Chaos Ruler, making sure that's going through. But he would have stopped the Hulk if he had something important at that point, so yeah, not too concerned. So Ragnarok, Jack in the hand, Gate, Crossout, and a Nibiru. As bad as those mills look, those are actually amazing mills, and all I really needed to get through this game. And you'll see why. So I haven't used a Swirl Slime yet, which will allow me to special summon that Ragnarok and revive a Genghis. So now I have 4 bodies on board, all big ones, and one is able to target banish a monster. So I'm just kind of doing some calculations here. But the other huge thing was milling a Nibiru, because it's a light, and now that has access for me to banish a light and a dark off Chaos Ruler on that same turn, which really helps me with link climbing and spot removal here. So Like I said, I'm just doing a bit of math here, just making sure like what all his boosts are, and if he has an Alistair in hand, then that means his Makaba. He does have an Alistair in hand because he recycled it with the invocation. So I'm gonna go ahead banish that Makaba because I don't want to deal with Alistair boosting that card. And I'm gonna go right for the Boral Sword, and then I'm gonna be able to go right for the Chaos Ruler. At this point, knowing he has an Alistair in hand, I know there is no way he has a way out of this. I am very firm that I have this game. Chaos Ruler and the Crossout were just huge this game, like unreal. How much work those two cards alone just put in. They both just won. Crossout basically just won me that game. Crossing out an Imperm is huge. So yeah, I'm going to swing with the Boral Sword at his Fleur. He's just going to go ahead and tribute the Almirage just in case. He's going to take 3k and my Boral will be at 1500 because his Fleur was at 3. Chaos Ruler swings for 3 and then Boral Sword just hits him for 9k total and that's game. So yep, scooping up, going to game 3. Very interesting game 2. Like I said, that's a very good representation of Crossout just being a ridiculous card because yeah, Imperm's an annoying card, and whenever it's targeting your Hulk and stuff like that, or your small Genghis, it really hurts. So yeah, again, Nick's gonna start off pretty good. He's got the opening of Nadir. I've got nothing for him, so he's gonna go ahead and go off. Nick seems like Nick opened pretty good because he just pitched a. He's getting rid of a Crossout Designator, I believe. So he's got another copy in his hand. I know that for a fact. Yeah, so yeah, there we go, another card being sent. So he's already able to add the Schism, so that's a bit annoying for me. He's going to summon the Ecclesia. Ecclesia is going to use the effects to search out a Maximus for him. Going to go ahead and grab that Maximus. Maximus is a pretty good card. And my open's pretty good. But here is where I would have loved to drop an Imperm because I don't have the Imperm, unfortunately, because if I dropped Imperm here, then he doesn't have a way to access Schism because he had no Shaddol cards in his grave. So yeah, a bit unfortunate I don't have the Imperm, but it's okay. But since he did drop a Crossout Designator, that does tell me he has another one in his hand. So he opened pretty good. He's going to be able to set 2 pass. And I'm going to send the Shenshen, the Hot Red Dragon, King Calamity. End phase is going to add Fleur, which is really scary for me. I do have a pretty good hand, but I do have to strategically play around possibly an Imperm, a Crossout, and a Fleur de Lis with the Schism. Obviously, everyone knows the Schism set, so aka a Winda. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to screw around here. I'm going to go for that gate. And he's going to think here. Gonna let that resolve, and I'm gonna be able to grab that Ragnarok here. I believe he's thinking on resolution here. Nope, nothing on resolution, I believe. So yeah, I'm gonna grab that Ragnarok because I need it to get around his window, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm gonna grab Ragnarok, and I'm gonna think here how I'm gonna best play this out. I believe I am short a Swirl Slime. I have every piece with the Ragnarok, but I am short a Swirl Slime here. Yeah, I'm just showing him I have the Ragnarok, and then I'm going to go Jack in the hand. That's going to reveal the 3 cards. The Kepler, the Necro Slime, and the Lamia. I don't know why he's taking Kepler, because he knows I have both the contracts already up. But he might not want me accessing the contract spell, which I did have in my hand, so yeah. And the huge thing right there is he's going to drop Lancia, which is huge. So now knowing that I'm under a Lancia, I believe it's either a Crossout or an Imperm he has set and a Fleur in hand. It's going to be very hard for me to play around this. Not being able to banish usually isn't too bad for us, but when we got a Winda and an interruption to deal with, so like something that's able to stop our health, that's very hard for us to deal with. But it is what it is. I'm gonna have to go ahead and summon the Genghis here, fusion summoning using the spell with Ragnarok and the Lamia. no hesitation, I'm just going to go ahead and swing for his window because I know he only has one card in hand. So so I know it's a fleur-de-lis. So I'm not scared of the Alistair here. But yeah, this is hard because, and we're also pretty short on time. The way the time's working right now, I think there's 4 minutes or so left here. So the way the time's working is there's not really much of a way for me to kill him, which is a bit unfortunate, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, use Lamia effect here. That was a bit of a misplay. I probably should have just normal summoned the Necro because I didn't normal summon yet and revive the Lamia. Regardless, I really don't think it mattered because I can't banish, so my Necro Slime is kind of dead. And I know, like I said, I know he has Fleur, so there's not really too much I can do here. I'm thinking because there's not really much I can do, and I kind of know I'm in a losing position here with the Lancia being live, and I'm not really thinking too much here. It's kind of just me going into an endless pit here, or a bottomless pit. Yeah, I accidentally banished Lammy just to toss it back in the grave for me. So yeah, he's gonna drop the Fleur right away on that Hulk because he knows that's my only follow-up play. Now I'm just kind of sitting there knowing I can't banish, which really sucks. That Necro Slime is completely dead that I added. My only way out of this was basically just getting into a Hulk. So yeah, definitely wasn't thinking properly, but there wasn't much I could do because I knew I was in a huge losing position there. Yeah, I basically just pass up turn to him. Yeah, I'm gonna end on that Hulk and the Big Genghis, and he is gonna go ahead and use his Maximus. I'm gonna send 2 cards. Not really too much I can do here. I'm just gonna send a Borosword and a Borreload. So yeah, I'm basically just waiting for my funeral here. I have 2 cards that are gonna burn me 2k. I do have 1 face down, which could come in clutch. It really depends. But now he's just going to kill my follow-up. He's just going to send an aerial, banish 3 of my cards. He's going to be able to get rid of the Hulk here. Like I said, really nothing I can do. Yeah, not too fun here, guys. I know I'm in a huge losing position, and I know he can, even if I do come back, I'm really relying on certain things. And he has a window for follow-up, but he's able to summon the window now, which kind of sucks. So yeah, the game's 100% in his favor here, and I'm gonna try to use that Imperm that I did draw, which was unfortunate, which would have been really good against his Maximus when he summoned it. But he's just gonna go ahead and chain the Schism, sorry, he's just gonna go ahead and yeah, he's got the cross out for the Imperm, so not really much I can do there. Crossout was huge this match, let me tell you. Yeah, pretty unfortunate that Imperm was my last and only hope to shut off his Schism when he activated it, but yeah, really nothing I can do. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and set 1. I'm pretty low on life points here. I'm basically just gonna burn 2k with like no life here. He's basically got game, and I'm looking through to see if I have anything I can possibly do. It's really not enough because I know he can go into another window if he really wanted to, and I have no way to access a way. If you guys know DDD, there's not really any way for me to access something until I do 1 special summon. But if I was, like I said, if I was playing D-Arc, I actually did have a way to out this, which is a little bit unfortunate, but yeah, I'm just kind of thinking for any last hope here. Like I said, we have about like 2 minutes, so there really isn't much I can do here. Yeah, you guys are basically just watching me stare into my death here. So, yep, literally, I know at this point there's literally nothing I can do. I'm just making assurance of it, and like I said, we're talking right now, going like, because he knows the deck too. I basically have nothing I can like normal summon before, like avoid a second special summon, and I'm just gonna scoop up there. So yeah, like I said, guys, I probably should be playing D-Arc. It was a good match though. Like that game 2 was ridiculous. Very good showcasing of how good crossout is this format, just being able to shut off Imperm. And yeah, I hope you guys like that. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. See you later.